Welcome back to the Travsessed podcast. We're your hosts, Kim and Aaron. We are healthcare travelers and the creators of Travsessed. Travsessed provides on-the-clock, off-the-clock resources for healthcare travelers, on the clock being this podcast, and our amazing course, Traveler School, off the clock being Travsessed Adventures, which we are currently in Bali awaiting the start of our Travsessed 2023 Bali adventure, which is really cool. But today is Tuesday, so you know what that means. It is the Traveler Quick Tip, and today we have a good one, so we will dive right in.
Flight crew, please prepare for departure.
Okay, this week is a fun one. I kind of picked this one out of the group just because I thought it was an interesting conversation. It's not your stereotypical logistical podcast. But it was an awesome question, and I was like, you know what, this would be fun to talk about on the podcast. So this question is senioritis on a travel assignment. Basically senioritis, I added that. That's my ad lib. Everybody knows when you're a senior in high school. I don't know if that's a common term or not, but
yeah, you don't want to do shit. Yeah, you're checked out.
Checked out on travel assignments the last 2 weeks, not doing anything extra, and our thoughts on it.
Yeah. No, I think this is just like a fun question because I think we all know, like for us, every single contract, we have a countdown calendar. Mm-hmm. And it literally tracks the days that we have left until our final day. And we come home and we cross it off and we, go down to the numbers. And we always get really excited for those last final days. And so I think leading up to the end of the contract, like you feel that excitement. You're like, I'm counting down, I'm out of here, you're on to the next adventure. And it's an exciting time, but at least in my experience, a lot of times I feel like checked out. Like I know I'm leaving, I really don't feel like doing anything. I'm kind of just like, let's go. Like I'm done with this shit,
Totally, but I think too, my saying in life in general is, it's never how you start, it's how you finish. And I think for me, yes, obviously, like I'm not going as hard after things. I'm not trying to be an amazing employee. Like I started off that way. So I was like taking call shifts and helping people out and, stocking the rooms and being like Mr. like handy dandy on point, right? That starts to fade off after a little bit, especially towards the end, right? I try to stay consistent throughout, but then like towards the end, I'm like, okay, if I feel like having a minute to sit to myself, I'm not going to utilize that time to go stock the room. Like I'd rather sit and talk to people, and so obviously that kind of fades out. I don't pick up as many call shifts. I'm not, what I'm saying? So, but I'm still doing my job as a traveler because the traveler world is very small. And I believe that you're only as good as how you finish something.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's interesting because like there is in the beginning of a contract, there's this period of quote unquote proving yourself, right? Like they don't know you, you don't know them. Like I always want to show up strong and take initiative right away and like just be the best that I can, which you should want to do that all the time anyways. Mm-hmm. But like you really do, you want to be like, I'm really good at what I do. I'm here, I'm helpful. You're, you kind of pick up, oh, I'll do this case. Oh, I'll go scan this. Oh, I'll go do these portables. Oh, I'll go take this call. I tend to do more of that in the beginning and kind of establish these relationships of, hey, like I'm part of the team and I'm
a good value team.
A good value. I'm a good asset to the team. And so I always start off really strong and I stay pretty consistent. But yeah, towards the end, it is a little bit more like I might not go do that extra portable because you already know me. You know I'm a badass. You already like me. We're already friends. We already have a relationship. And I'm not trying to prove anything. You already know I'm a good ultrasound or a good sonographer. And you know I'm a hard worker. Because I think at the beginning, I always want to prove like I'm a hard worker. I don't know.
Which you are. You're not trying
I know that I
that.
am, but I want them to know that and see that. So I always feel like I go above and beyond. And then at the end, I'm a little bit more like I've already done the things. Like I think I'm gonna skip this portable because I already did the last two. So I think, and plus at the end, I always just like to sit around and talk with everybody and like you're leaving, and I always become really good friends with the people I work with. So I don't know. I think I always check out a little bit.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think when it comes down to the question, I guess like I completely agree. If people are like, hey, can you pick up this extra shift? I'm like, no.
Hell nah. Hell nah, man, no. What you gonna do?
Whoa, Nitty.
Isn't that a song?
Yeah, it was.
I like
Nitty.
Little Nitty.
No.
Nitty Gritty.
No, not Nitty Gritty
Nitty
Dirt
Bitty.
Band. No, they were like the
I know.
Nappy Boys. Nappy Roots. Nappy Roots.
Oh, Nappy? Oh, okay.
Nappy
shit.
Roots. Oh, no. Hell no,
Yeah.
boy. Y'all done up and done it.
That's like my theme song. Like on the last week, I just walk in like blaring that
Yeah,
song.
no,
Like
totally.
someone asked me to do something, and I'm just like, oh no, hell no.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. So that's a good question. That wraps up this traveler quick tip. Go ahead.
I think the last thing I say is I'll say is that it's totally normal to feel that way, and I think the staff also knows that. They're like, Dan, like you're out of here, you're gone, like you're checked out. How are you still here? You know, and so, but also I'm never like, gonna completely like not show up and do my job or like be a total lazy ass. That's just not in my nature at all. Like I'm always gonna be helpful, and still I'm part of the team. I just those last couple of days, I wouldn't even say weeks, I would say like my last like couple of days, I may just not be going above and beyond to be like, let me help you out there, Sister Fran, and go do all these portables while you get a cup of Joe. No, I'm probably going to be the one having a cup of Joe, and you can go do that.
I've actually, you said that, I've actually flipped. Again, the lesson that I want to portray it's not how you start, it's how you finish, because people forget how you first started off, but they remember how you were when you left. And if you stayed pretty consistent, right? Like stay within that realm of consistency. Like I said, I don't go above and beyond those last couple of days, the last couple of weeks. But I will say that there has been times that I've realized like I get to leave. They don't. And so if I can pick up an extra shift or an extra case, or maybe like let them go have a longer break and I'll take over, because like I'm about to leave this place for good and they are in it every single day. And so if I can provide them a little bit of a break as an appreciation for the fact that I was able to come in there, that kind of goes a long way as well.
Yeah,
right?
no, I totally get that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And honestly, now that I'm really thinking about it, I think there is a little bit of like a checked outness, but I think even until the end, I am always like trying to be helpful
on a day-to-day,
you know
but
I mean?
I think, like I said, I'm not picking up extra call. I'm not picking up a shift
no.
for somebody. I'm staying with my schedule of what you said, and that's it. But I'm going to do a damn good job while I'm there.
Right. But I do agree with what you just said, though. That is a good way to think about it, a perception of like going into a contract, especially when you're in a place that's, you know, really busy or just shitty for whatever reason, and you're moving on to the next and you're super excited, and those people are still left behind in the grind and they're in it. And so, yeah, knowing you get to move on, like maybe going, like imagine just being like, okay, I'll take up that extra call for you because you know you're out of there where they're not, you know? So I think let's turn that around.
That goes a long way.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. It's people always remember how you finish, and people always love me by the end anyway. So I think like they just naturally like me and like have nothing bad or negative to say to me ever.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. I don't know, but I hope not. But you've kind of established that relationship. They're like, yeah, Kim was cool. Like she was a hard worker. She was like super fun, whatever. And so you've kind of already built that relationship. So I think you already had that lasting impression on people over time. But yeah, you would want to go out being like, damn, like she hustled. She was a hard worker. She went above and beyond at the end for us. Like she's solid.
Yeah, because again, I think that's where character's built.
I agree. All right.
So,
That was that
all right.
conversation.
And that's it. Our food is coming. Gotta go.
Toodles doodles.